Brahma. Brahma is the Hindu creator god. He is also known as the grandfather and such as later equivalent of Prajapati. The primeval first god in the early Hindu sources such as the Mahabharata, Brahma is supreme in the triad of great Hindu gods, which includes Shiva and Vishnu. Brahma, due to his elevated status, is less involved in picturesque myths where gods take on human form and characters, but is rather a generally abstract or metaphysical ideal of a great god. In later Puranas, Brahma is no longer worshipped and other gods are assigned his myths, even if he always maintains his status such as the creator. Brahma's epithet is Ekhamsa, the one swan. His Vahanam is a peacock, swan, or goose. He is still honored today with an annual ceremony at the pilgrimage site of Pushkar in Rajasthan, India, and he remains a popular figure in Southeast Asia, especially in Thailand and Bali. The birth of Brahma. According to the Puranas, Brahma is the son of God and often referred to as Prajapati. The Saptapatha Brahman says that Brahma was born of the supreme being Brahman and the female energy known as Maya. Wishing to create the universe, Brahman first created the water in which he placed his seeds. These seeds transformed into a golden egg, from which Brahma appeared. For this reason, Brahma is also known as Hiranyagarbha. According to another legend, Brahma is self born, but out of a lotus flower which grew from the navel of Vishnu. In order to help him create the universe, Brahma gave birth to the 11 forefathers of the human race called Prajapatis and the 7 great sages of the Saptarishi. These children are mind sons of Brahma who were born out of his mind rather than body are called the Manasputras. Brahma the creator. In the beginning, Brahma sprang from the cosmic golden egg and he then created good and evil and light and dark from his own person. He also created the 4 types gods, demons, ancestors, and man. Brahma then made all living creatures upon the earth. Although in some myths Brahma's son Daksh is responsible for this. In the process of creating, perhaps in a moment of distraction, the demons were born from Brahma's thigh, and so he abandoned his own body, which then became night. After Brahma created good gods, he abandoned his body once again, which then became day. Hence, demons gained the ascendancy at night, and gods the forces of goodness rule the day. Brahma then created ancestors and men, each time again abandoning his body so that they became dusk and dawn respectively. This process of creation repeats itself in every eon. Brahma then appointed Shiva to rule over humanity, although in later myths Brahma became a servant of Shiva. Brahma had several wives, the most important being his daughter Saraswati, who after the creation bore Brahma the four Vedas, all branches of knowledge, the 36 Raginis, and 6 ragas of music. Ideals such as memory and victory yogas, religious acts, speech, Sanskrit, and the various units of measurement and time. Besides Daksha, Brahma had other notable sons including the seven sages and four famous Prajapatis, Kardama, Pansaksika, Vodhu, and Narad, the latter being the messenger between gods and men. Brahma, Brahma creates woman and death. In the myths told in the Mahabharata, Brahma created woman, the source of evil amongst men. The wanton woman is a blazing fire. She is the sharp edge of the razor. She is a poisoned, a serpent, and death all in one. The gods feared that men could become so powerful that they might challenge their reign. Therefore, they asked Brahma how best to prevent this. His response was to create wanton women who, lusting for sensual pleasures, began to stir man up. Then the Lord of Gods, the Lord created anger as the assistant of desire, and all creatures, falling into the power of desire and anger, began to be attached to women. In another myth, Brahma's first female is also Death, the evil force which brings balance to the universe and which ensures there is no overcrowding of it. The figure of death is picturesquely described in the Mahabharata as a dark woman, wearing red garments with red eyes and red palms and soles, adorned with divine earrings and ornaments, and she is given the job of destroying all creatures, imbeciles and scholars. Without exception, death wept the begged Brahma to be released from this terrible task, but Brahma remained unmoved and sent her on her way to perform her duty. At first, Death continued her protest by performing various extraordinary acts of asceticism, such as standing in a water in complete silence for 8,000 years and standing on one toe on the top of the Himalaya mountains for 8,000 million years. But Brahma would not be swayed. So, Death, still sobbing, performed her duties, bringing endless night to all things. When their time came, and her tears fell to the earth and became diseases. Thus, through death's work and distinctions between mortals and gods was preserved forever. The symbolism of Brahma. In the Hindu pantheon, Brahma is commonly represented as having four heads, four arms, and red skin. Unlike all the other Hindu gods, Brahma carries no weapon in his hand. He holds a water pot, a spoon, a book of prayers or the Vedas, a rosary, and sometimes a lotus. He sits on a lotus in the lotus pose and moves around on a white swan, possessing the magical ability to separate milk from a mixture of water and milk. Brahma is often depicted as having long white beard, with each of his heads reciting the four Vedas. Brahma cosmos time and epoch. Brahma presides over Brahmaloka, a universe that contains all the splendors of the earth and all other worlds. In Hindu cosmology, the universe exists for a single day called the Brahma Kalpa. This day is equivalent to 4 billion Earth years, at the end of which the whole universe gets dissolved. The process is called pralay, which repeats for such as 100 years, a period that represents Brahma's lifespan. After Brahma's death, it is necessary that another 100 of his years pass until he is reborn, and the whole creation begins anew. Linga Purana, which delineates the clean calculations of the different cycles, indicates the Brahma's life is divided in 1,000 cycles of Mahayugas.